I was down there only 4 months when this happened. So I was still getting my legs under me. And then all this happens. Early that morning, you started to hear the winds kick up, and you could hear it outside. And at some point, I remember a tree came crashing through one of the windows on the other end of the newsroom, and you could hear the wind whipping. And later on, you go downstairs, and you start to see the water rising. And then hours later, the car started to drift off to the center of the parking lot. You know, I'm from New Jersey, so fortunately, my family and friends and all my loved ones were safe at home. So for me, it made it. You know, I was better able to really just focus on getting the people's voices out and really telling these stories, to really go into the community and go into the city and talk to people about their experiences, and then, again, broadcast it out to the world. So for me, it made it easier to focus on the mission, and the mission was to go in and tell these stories. See this woman crying, and so she's hugging this rescue worker, and she's saying, like, you know, thank you, thank you. So I get up closer, and she's, you know, she's again pouring her heart out. And so after she gets done with him, I put my arm around, hey, sis, you know, what's going on? She tells me this story that her and her family was in the ninth ward, and there was like 7 or 8 of them. So they get down there, and the water was rushing, and they all ran upstairs, and they could hear, as they're running, they could hear banging on the roof. I mean, on the ceiling. It was their neighbor, downstairs neighbor, a woman and her little son. And then the water was rising, and it stopped. And they keep going, and they go upstairs into the attic because the water's rising, and they're banging up through the attic to try to get through. And they finally break through, and they're waving towels around. And she said that the rescue workers came to get them. And when they were getting in the boats, there were 2 boats, to get in there, they had to push their bodies with sticks. She said it was a little baby that wasn't bloated or anything. She said it was perfect. And so I'm crying, she crying, I'm sitting there trying to take my notes. I'm like, this is the first time I'm really hearing this, because at that point I'd still been downtown, or there had been some water. You know what I'm saying? It might have been up to above your thigh, but it wasn't like up to your waist. So this is the first day. This is like, it's mind blowing. But through it all, I'm still taking notes and trying to sort out all the different details. And so then after that, everything was Katrina coverage. Every story I wrote for next year, and recovery and storms and, you know, the constant drumbeat of it. And there was some beauty in there, moments of resilience, and that's what I love about people. We're resilient people. You know, we go through the worst of it, come out stronger. So that was beautiful. But on the other hand, it's like, man, it's rough. This is horrible. Beyond journalism, beyond the story, this is real life. And it's sad. You know, it was bad. But again, the whole point is, what I can do here is using my talents and my ability, my position as a journalist, to tell those stories. When no one else had the wherewithal or desire to go there and tell those stories, that's what I'm going to do. So that's why I felt like, that's how I keep my sanity. Because without me, who would know? You imagine you feel for these people. You know what? Objectivity means give a fair slice, a fair shot. You know what I'm saying? Talk to people that other people won't talk to and tell their stories. And guess what? Their story is just as important as anyone else's. And why wouldn't it be?